see me, I'm sitting low. On 4G, I'm low. When you see me, I'm getting dope. On 4G, on 4G, on 4G
Audio podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gangster shit.
Shout out to Jonesy.
Yeah, shout out Jonesy, man. The updated intro. And my hair's all fucked up.
Looking good.
I
Looking good.
I wouldn't know if I didn't fucking look at myself all the time. Any motherfucking way, I'm Styles the Prophet.
I'm B Show.
And I'm Jonesy.
Together with the Basement Weirdos, this is the 4G Audio podcast. And thank you for tuning in, and we love you. Apparently, I just saw you wearing the Mercules shirt. Apparently, Mercules is coming to Ottawa at some point.
This summer?
I don't know when. Someone told me earlier today, like, oh, you like Mercules? He's coming.
Sick. Yeah, lots of shows.
Tony Yayo tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's right.
At the Brass Monkey.
KG's opening for that.
KG's will be there.
KG's.
Which is,
shout out to the boys.
Bully and Flocks. And there's going to be a few different people from the city opening up there. And it's going to be fire. It's going to be sick. Tony Yayo.
Yeah, that'd be a big show. Brass Monkey.
Yeah. There's also, what was the other thing I was going to say? You know the song 93 Till Infinity?
Yes. It brings back memories.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I was saying the name of the group. And I was like, yeah, these guys. And I can't remember the name of the group. Souls of Mischief.
Yeah, that's right.
So they are actually going on tour right now. It's the 93 Till Infinity tour. I guess it's like the anniversary of the song or something.
Yeah, okay.
So they're doing a tour this year. And actually, I think they're going to, there's 2 Canadian dates and one of them is in Toronto.
Oh, yeah?
So I thought about maybe going to that.
That'd be dope, man. Yeah, man. That song, fucking 93 Till, that's where it was. It was like a skate video. It was used. I listened to that song like over and over and over again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I caught that on Shady 45 the other day.
Oh, on a skate video, yeah, maybe.
It was for sure. Like
I know. No, I'm just thinking that maybe even that's how I like.
Or a snowboard video,
like,
maybe.
Like, not that that's how I know it, but that's how it was like repeated into my skull. Right, something like that. Definitely, and I bet you, my brother would be like, my younger brother. If I asked him, he'd be like, it's this guy. Like he was riding this color board. But
you guys see that Wayne's coming to Toronto?
Lil Wayne? Oh yeah.
Yeah, April.
Fuck, I'd go with that.
Yeah.
Fuck, Toronto.
He's going on a big tour, but Toronto's the only Canadian date. And it's in April, so it's soon.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, that's soon.
Yeah.
Wazy. It's Wazy. I would actually love to do that. That's sick.
I saw him in Ottawa years ago.
Lil Wayne. Was that with like 50 Cent or something, or there was somebody else with him?
Rick Ross,
yeah.
Far East Movement, and Carrie Hilson. Is that her name? She was signed to Young Money back then.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, there was something I saw the other day earlier. It went along with Bieber selling his fucking shit.
Yeah. But
I forget. The Michael Jackson estate is trying to sell some of his music.
Oh, yeah?
It's like almost $1 billion or something.
What?
No way.
Yeah.
I never seen anything on that.
Yeah.
But wow.
I don't know if that was it, but I think there was even something else that I was going to say too.
Should we pool our money together?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real, eh?
Let's do it.
Let's get some sugar mama and daddies up in here.
Let's get life insurance in the borough against it. Tax free. All right.
Yes, sir.
I just want to tell everybody, fucking be safe and keep your family close and your friends closer.
Tell them you love them.
That's right. Cherish every last moment and make sure you smile.
Damn right.
Damn straight.
Just enjoy yourself. You know.
But so yeah, we're gonna have a guest come through. It's gonna be through a Zoom call. You're probably all like, "Oh my god, he's gonna be in the studio? That'd be crazy." He's not in the studio, but it would have been sick because I would have done fingerboard tricks with him.
What's stopping you? You could.
There's probably still a way we could do it.
Like, could you not do a game of skate? Like you do a trick.
I do. I was thinking about doing like a 3 like ska or something. You know?
Yeah.
Because like skate could take a while.
Take a while. Yeah.
And like and the other thing is
you can make it a drinking game or something.
I was like, oh shit, man. I'm like, I was trying to think of how we would do it, and then I was like, oh well, because he won't be able to see. I guess he'll only see the skateboarding.
Yeah, it would be tough.
Because he would have to see me do the stuff, right?
Yeah.
But either way, we can figure it out.
We'll have a whole
if he really wants to.
Yeah.
See if he brings it up.
You can still play skate, just SK8.
SK8. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, maybe start the meeting or whatever. And
I'll
send him a link and shit.
Start linking it up.
But I wish I could remember the other thing though. I guess I should write those things down.
Was it a birthday? Usually you start off birthday.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a birthday. Oh, actually, you know what? Happy birthday to my homie Zip or Zor.
Oh yeah.
As well as JDG, who show before.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
Yeah, it was earlier in February.
You're talking about Zor?
Both of them. Yeah.
JDG was he got strawberries delivered to him while we were
on the show. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
From the local berry guy.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
It's hilarious.
Okay, I just a link to the 4G. The IG.
Yes, sir.
When is the Super Bowl? I know it was
Sunday.
It's a Sunday. Yeah. Okay. So
you guys putting down some bets, making some money, or what?
Probably not. But something funny is
you can even bet on what song Rihanna will open up with for the halftime.
Yeah,
that's wild. You can bet on anything.
They were betting on how long the word "brave" would be.
Yeah, in the anthem.
Anthem, how long the anthem was gonna be.
Yeah.
There was like a color of something. The color of the Gatorade that wore on the dude. And apparently, and it's funny because whenever they said it, I'm like, man, I want to bet on orange, man. And then they're like, what's the favorite? What's the favorite? Really, orange is like a huge favorite or something like that. I'm like, fucking right.
Usually it's like orange or yellow. It's never like red or blue. You never see that splashed on any coat. From my
it's the one that nobody wants to drink.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, so in momentarily, I was going to say in a moment or momentarily. See, I momentarily meant like momentarily like means like in a minute, like very soon. But I momentarily was like quick, like do it quick. You know what I mean? Like momentarily, but it's like, oh no, it's like in a minute. But yeah, other than what words mean, momentarily we will have Jon Snow, King of the North, in the building. Gonna let him
link up
with the gang.
Yes, sir.
And it's gonna be sick. If he doesn't know, he's from East Coast. He's from Nova Scotia, I believe. Well, he'll tell you all about it, but he's an East Coast rapper, and he's been around doing his goddamn thing. And if you don't know, you're about to find out.
Yes, sir. You should know.
Just a moment. Shit. Oh yeah, you see the guys getting going through court. What was the court thing? Oh, for the XXX murder. That's what I was going to tell you guys about.
I've seen something like that. Apparently,
Drake's been brought up a little bit,
and apparently they want him to do a deposition.
Yeah, called to do a deposition.
Yeah, but yeah, like crazy. Such a fucking stupid thing. Like the guy had 50 grand. I thought he had 100 grand. It doesn't make a difference, but apparently he only had 50 grand on him.
Right.
And these people like blocked off and fucking shot him up and shit.
Yeah, I saw
and like took his Louis bag and his fucking 50 grand or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, man, that 50 grand doesn't go very far, man. Like, especially for like killing somebody. Even if you got away with it, you gotta like live. Yeah. But even if you got away with it, you gotta live the rest of your life for
fucking
never
live off
split
that.
3 ways. Like shit, man. It's like fucking 1350 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or whatever. No, it'd be 1660 or whatever. 1666 or whatever. But like, regardless, that's fucking wild. And then now they're all in court. Fucking apparently the one dude was like threatening the other dude, like in court or some shit, or making like fucking faces at him or some shit.
Towards one of the other guys.
Like one of the guys was testifying on the stand, and the other guy was like making faces or something. So I'm like, they're like, was there anybody in here that was like intimidating you and like can you point to him now and like shit like that?
Did he?
Yeah.
He did.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Said his name, fucking said his race, said what color suit he was wearing, pointed at him. whole damn thing. It was crazy. But yeah, no, it's crazy though. Like even to the video of him going to get the 50 grand out of the bank. He's he's like leaning on the fucking thing by the top and he's talking and shit. Hey, what's going down, brother? Jon Snow north in the fucking building.
Yes, sir.
Man, how you doing?
Good. I'm good. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, man.
Yeah, we're good.
Fucking right. So you just got off work, man?
Yeah. I just got home. I wanted to go for my laptop, but my Zoom needs updated. So I was like, that's gonna take too long, so I'll just jump on for my phone.
Yeah.
I see. It, man. Yeah, man. Fucking right. So I was just telling the people a little bit about you. You're from Nova Scotia?
Halifax, Praise, yeah.
Shit, man, that's crazy. And I feel like you guys have quite a different scene out there. You pretty in that scene.
Yeah. Well, everybody pretty much knows each other down here, right? It's kind of, it's a little bit like high school in a way because there's a lot of little cliques.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Not everyone messes with everyone else, so you kind of just got to find your own lane and just kind of go with it.
Right.
That's fair, man. I got a question though. One of the things is, so I've seen you for a bit, man. I've seen you and shit. And I've always wondered, man, what's with the name? Where's the name come from?
The name it came from Game of Thrones, Jon Snow. But here's the thing: I used to go by the name Bobby Franchise back in the day.
Okay.
And when I was in prison, I had to change it because I made a YouTube channel, Franchise 666. And when I was in prison, God came and showed me what was up. So I turned my life to God, and that I had to like change that name. I knew I couldn't go 666 no more. So I was contemplating a name, and I always Game of Thrones. At first, I didn't like Jon. I thought he was boring. I just thought he was this name, right? On the wall, the Castle Black, and then it didn't happen. No. Died and came back to life, man. Like something inside of me was just like, wow, this guy's cool. And then I remember I was in my cell when they named him King of the North, and I was, the guys would bang on their wall when hockey scored, when someone scored a goal in hockey.
Yeah,
I was banging on my wall yelling, "King of the North, King of the North, King of the North." Yeah. And that's when I ended up getting King of the North tattooed on me, and I was just like, I'm a bastard from the North. I might as well go by Jon Snow.
Yeah. So it was very fitting for you then.
Yeah.
I like it, man. I don't know if you want to get into it too much, but what were you in prison for, man?
Well, I grew up. I had a little bit of a struggle growing up. I was put in group homes as 10 years old. So I felt like I was always like with the wrong people. I was always with the wrong crowds, and I ended up just getting with the wrong people. I started doing crime. I was homeless for many of my years growing up, teenage years and stuff like that. So I was stealing, I was doing drugs, I was, doing all these things, selling drugs. And then, I was just robbing drug dealers and, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So I ended up getting caught, 2 home invasions against some dealers. I ended up getting caught by the cops at the scene. It was a tragic situation. Someone seen me go in with my mask. I pulled the mask up, and someone seen me go in from the outside. They called the cops. So I got busted at the scene. For 2 of them, they ended up finding a laptop from the first one at my place. So I was dead in hand, caught red-handed with that one. And I got 9 years, 6.5 for the first one. And then I took a deal for the second one, 2.5 years. Because if I didn't take the deal, I would have got 6 more years, which would have been 12 years.
Damn.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah. So I did almost every single day of it inside. I got out for like a couple months here and there after like 6. I was in for 6 years straight. And then I got out for like 7 days. They sent me back for some stupid parole violation. I ended up appealing it. I won, got out for another couple months, sent back for another year, and then out for a month or 2, sent back for another whatever, So I was, out of 9 years, I was only out for a couple months.
Wow. Holy shit, man.
How old were you during all of this?
I just turned 25. It was like 2 days after my birthday when I went to prison.
Okay. Damn.
So I lost half my 20s.
Yeah. You were into your 30s when you got out.
Yeah. 33. I'm pretty sure. Was when I was finished. 33, 34.
So, like, what was your mindset when you got out? Like, were you straight into the music when you got out, or
Yeah. Well, see, when I got out and I was doing music and stuff like that, but I was still like adjusting, and I thought I could party, and I thought I could do drugs, and I thought I could do everything, like coke and stuff like that. I thought I could still do these things, and it's like, just I couldn't do it. I realized I couldn't do it, and like I was finding myself like at parties, and I'd want to say no to these things, but people just be pouring it out, and it's hard to say no. So I found myself at a really bad spot. So after a year of being out, I made a decision to quit everything. I quit drinking. I quit doing drugs, except for weed, of course. I still smoke weed here and there. But I quit all that other stuff because I realized everybody doing that stuff, they're wasting their lives, man. Like, really, though, like, what are they really accomplishing? Like, not much. If people do that every day, ain't really getting nothing done. My body was getting sore after doing it. Like, I remember when I was a kid, man, I could party all weekend and be fine the next day.
Yeah.
These days, bro, like I'm down for 2 days. Like, nose burning, headache, not down and out. Count me out.
I'm telling you, man, it's 32. 32, it's all downhill from there. I've been saying it for years.
Yeah. For real, though. It's like even too, like, I mean, I feel like I bounced back not too bad, but it's like people say, they're like, man, I get drunk on a Saturday. Like, I'm still feeling it on Tuesday, Yeah.
You're taken from the days ahead,
Yeah. But that's so true though, man, because a lot of people like, they just keep doing it, like some people kind of stop in for a visit, you know what I mean? Like they come to party town for a year or two, But then there's other people, they go fucking, they just go hard all the time, and it's totally just a waste. I see that too.
Well, I always found if I was going to do it, I was going hard. Like I'd be always the guy up the longest. I'd stay up until everything was gone. You know what I mean? Like, so like it wasn't just me just like doing a little bit, and then I would always like just go as hard as I could. Yeah, and that's what hurt me really. Like you just take too much out of me, and you feel it. You feel it these days.
But that's good though. You got a lot of like enough self-awareness to notice that and actually make that conscious decision for that.
Like, it's not for me. I don't judge anybody who does it, but I think it's a waste of money. It's a waste of potential. Like I don't know. It's just not for me.
Absolutely. It can be obviously it can be a really nasty rut to be stuck in,
Yeah.
When that's all you're doing.
You know what I found? I found like I was in a lot of fake conversations, like partying. People would be talking about stuff, and I'd be like, "Yo, like we're not gonna do that. We're high on cocaine. Like
we're not all drunk and high talk." Yeah,
just a lot of fake stuff, and it wasn't really me, man. Like people, and I would be right into it. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna do all this, we're gonna do all that. You never talk to the guy again, ever.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Even too, like even just like little plans. I remember people would be like, "Yo, we're gonna go to breakfast tomorrow." I'm like, "Yo, we're just drunk and we're not going to breakfast tomorrow, man." Like
you just feel good about it in the moment.
But I definitely find, especially it's like you see in the movies and shit too. It's a stereotype where it's like people get high on coke and they're like, "Oh, I got this idea. We should do this thing. Let's start a band and shit," And it's so true, man. Yeah. But so growing up in Halifax and shit, what kind of music did you grow up listening to?
Well, here's the thing. When I was younger, I started skateboarding at 12 years old, and skateboarding really kept me out of trouble as a teenager. Yeah. So like early on, I was listening to like Blink-182 and like all those kind of bands and stuff like that. But when I went to high school, that's when like 50 Cent came out, and like The Game and Eminem, and I was listening to a lot of that around like 15, 16 and stuff like that. That's who really got me into hip hop was like 50 Cent and the Game. I loved The Game when he first came out.
Yeah.
Now I can't stand The Game.
Oh really? I'm like the opposite. But
I just the whole Pat thing, the Pat beef and stuff like that, and Game clowning on Pat.
Yeah, true.
I don't got no love for Game after that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That's fair. I feel you. Actually, what's funny is that I actually sort of fucking forgot about that. But I like, man, I didn't like 50 Cent, so I didn't like anybody that was around 50 Cent. So like The Game just kind of got painted with a brush, and then like whenever I saw the One Blood with Lil Wayne, I was just like, oh man, like shit, this guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, I used to listen to that album. I remember I was in Edmonton and I was homeless. I ended up getting charged with attempted murder out there for someone broke into my house and attacked me. And I ended up stabbing him in his neck. I didn't mean to, but it was just it was self-defense, right? I ended up beating the charge. But I was living in Edmonton. I was homeless, and I had a Discman, and I bought The Game. I bought The Game, The Doctor's Advocate, and I listened to it all day, every day on repeat. And that's such a sick album. It was a sick album.
That and the documentary were really good.
Yeah.
True that. So wait, man. So you lived out in Edmonton.
Yeah.
But you were also homeless. How long were you homeless in Edmonton for?
Well, here's the thing. I moved to Jasper, Alberta, and I was there for a week. And I ended up getting into the altercation with this guy who used to be he was a bouncer at a bar, and we ended up getting in a fight. He broke my nose. I ended up going home. He followed me to my house and came up in my place, tried to attack me, tried to choke me out. So I ended up grabbing a kitchen knife off the counter, and I swung blindly 3 times. I ended up slashing him across his face, across his wrist, and I stabbed him in his neck. And I didn't mean to. I was just drunk, and I was just trying to get him off me. And I ended up getting charged with attempted murder. They sent me to Edmonton, where I spent like 4 months. And then I had like a lawyer get me out on a miracle bail. I got a $5,000 no cash bail to no fixed address in Edmonton. So like I had to go stay in the shelters. I was in the shelters for probably like 3 months, and I was just like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. So I got a job at McDonald's. I worked my ass off for a month, became a manager. And then I was running my own store, and I ended up getting a room. I rented a room from somewhere, and I just moved up. I moved up the levels, right?
Oh, yeah. Yo, good for you, man.
Shit, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what it takes right there.
Fuck, but that's it takes it, man. Honestly, so one of my buddies does outreach work and stuff like that in the city here, and I see some of this shit, and I'm like, man, I just think more about it, and I realize like, yo, it must be really fucking hard. Like, you don't have a ID or some shit, and like you don't have any like credit, you can't get an apartment. Like, even if you did have the funds to do so, you can't get an apartment.
Even just
like, all this
record,
shit, like,
man.
so fucking like hard, you know. And like, so what I'm saying is like, I think the word I commend you, whatever. Like, it takes a lot to come from there, you know what I mean? Like,
well, when you're in that spot, man, it feels like there's no way out.
Nowhere
like,
else.
I've been there. It feels like there's no way out.
Yeah.
But then you know what? You just got to make a choice. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this situation anymore. And you got to make a choice. You know, I'm seeing guys downtown that I've seen 10 years ago still doing the same thing. And I'm thinking to myself, why would anybody choose to do this? Because it's a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's
a choice. Yeah. Like you can choose to stay down there, or you can choose to make changes.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's going to be hard, but you know, good things are hard. Good, like, things that matter aren't easy, right?
Yeah, you're right. For sure.
So true, man. Yeah. Fucking right. So yeah, man. So that's crazy. So were you doing music and shit like that at all back in that time, like when you were out there, or was this just a recent?
Doing music. I was going by Bobby Franchise.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
a few different songs and stuff like that, and you know, but it was more. The music was toxic. It was toxic music about drugs, and you know, just me trying to. I want to be a famous rapper. I want to have all the money, and I want to do all. You know, the same stuff as like just the garbage music that everyone's drug dealing music. You know, just stuff like it was basically the same as the gangster music back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny you say the drug dealing music, because it's like, I feel like that's like been a big theme like throughout hip hop, and like especially like over the last, say, like 10 years or so. And the funny thing is, I remember thinking one day, I'm like, if everyone's a drug dealer, I'm like, then who's buying the drugs?
Yeah.
Shit, that's crazy.
And who's the plug they're talking about?
Yeah.
Shit.
But so who inspires you to get into music? Like, was there like someone around you? Was it like an artist or some shit?
Well, I was like 17 when I started making music, and it was my buddy Pat Riley. He had a little computer. We had like a little computer and like a little microphone, a little like computer microphone, like one of them little tiny things, right? Yeah. Or maybe we had a headset with a microphone, and we were just using like some crappy little program, and we were just trying to make music, and it sucked. We sucked. And you know, I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. I was like, yo, this is the best ever. And like, if I were to listen back now, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's garbage. I don't even know why I even did that. But over time, you know, I took it more serious. And, you know, when I moved to Edmonton, when I was out there, because I used to go to a place called iHuman. And iHuman is a place where they take at-risk youth, and they just like have a free studio, and they try to teach people stuff. So that's when I really became serious with music. I was like, yo, I want to really try to do this. But at first, yeah, it was just for fun. We were just doing, I was living in a foster home in Tatamagouche, and I used to go down for the weekend to Halifax, and I stay at my buddy Pat's house, and we just record music and eat Delicio pizzas.
Yo, man. Shout out Pat Riley though, but But the thing is, you hear about the Delissio pizzas or take them out of Canada and shit?
No, I
think that's just the first to come of many food shortages coming up here soon.
That's crazy though, man. Like, and it's weird because like it's like even somebody said like, why don't they just sub that out to another company that already has a factory or even build some shit because they know they're selling it, right? Like it's already being sold here, so like why not? Go ahead.
I think unless there's a big agenda, some other company's going to come and take over. Because why wouldn't you? If they're leaving, why wouldn't you? If you're a company making frozen pizzas, why wouldn't you just jump in? Like,
fill in the gap in the market,
they're all
right?
gone.
Oh shit! Maybe Lil Yachty's coming to Canada, man.
Yeah, you never know. So unless there's an agenda to try to make us have food shortages, I don't see why another company wouldn't even start up. Like, yo, Canada needs pizzas. We might as well do it.
Yo, that's actually true. Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be a ton of Canadian pizzas companies that can like fill in that quota, right?
Yeah, they're fucking. There's a few different ones. There's like, what's the other one? The lean cuisine.
Yeah.
And like a few different things. Anything like Nestle is like gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
It's like even.
Did they give a reason though? Is there a reason?
I don't know. It's frozen foods. I don't think so.
Foods.
I think it's expense, man.
Of importing it, like
like they gotta pay to like ship it all here and like whatever, right?
Man, that's crazy.
But I think Canada should get a company together and just do it themselves, and like there's money to be made.
That's just it. Is like even too like I said, even if they just
pizza.
But even if they just rolled up to like McCain or like somebody, right, and said, hey, can you make these factory, or can you like add on to your factory to make these, and we'll like sub the name out to you and you can sell them here or whatever, because we know they're being sold. We just want to make some fucking money. We just can't afford to fucking ship it all the way here, you know? And like that seems weird to me, like why they didn't go around and ask anybody, or why nobody's even stepping up to be like, hey man, we'll make this shit, you just gotta give us a fucking few $1 million, you know?
Yeah, right.
I don't know, but I was thinking that it's almost like you can see it's like an effect of maybe, but an effect of like COVID shit, where it's like maybe they like the price and shit is going up, and the they just maybe lost some money or like whatever, they're trying to make up for shit. They're like, man, we're gonna go broke if we keep shipping pizzas to Canada or something.
I wouldn't be surprised if they blame climate change, bro. Honestly, like.
Well, I could see why it could be climate change.
Yeah.
Fucking, I looked at like the headline. It's not delivery. It's discontinued.
It's discontinued.
Shit. Tell me about the climate change, man. How do you really feel?
I think it's a $2 billion a year scam. Straight up.
Fucking right, man.
Absolutely.
Man, you know,
straight up. And now they're going to try to lock us down for this climate change. It's just sketchy, man. Like the New World Order, you can see it. You can see it happening, man. I see it.
Lock us down for climate change.
Power.
Yeah, they're going to try to make us. They're going to put us in 15-minute cities.
I seen this. That's crazy, man. But like,
so we're not going to be able to leave our zone. And if we leave our zone, we're going to get like charged or fined or whatever, or we'll lose whatever. They're trying to control us, man. Really, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. I remember seeing about the 15-minute cities or whatever, but like, now that you say that, it kind of connects the whole thing. But excuse me, I don't see why we're stay inside because of climate change. What the fuck?
Well, they're saying that the cars are causing pollution.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
if you're going outside, you're probably traveling and shit.
Yeah. The garbage, all that shit. Like.
But here's what gets me, okay? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, man.
No, I don't know what I was gonna say. I'm gonna let you go.
All right. Yeah. So here's what gets me is they're like, we stopped giving out paper or plastic straws. Here's your paper straw and your plastic cup and plastic lid.
Yeah.
And here's your plastic salad container, and it's like, what did we gain here? Like, what did we like equate to this? Like, what happened from taking away plastic straws? Nothing. Just a bunch of people are like, this sucks. And then everything else is plastic. Like even Tim Hortons, they changed their lids to like they're just they're degradable or whatever.
Yeah, right.
But like, if you go get an iced coffee, it's still like in a plastic fucking cup with a plastic fucking lid, with a plastic.
I can't stand paper straws. I can't stand them. They get soft.
They're the worst.
Garbage.
They're good just to drink your drink and throw it away. Like if you chug it all at once, like you're good. But if you're gonna hold on to that for any longer than 2 minutes, it's soggy. Like I had a fucking like a slush, and I put it down, and then like I went back to it, and I swear there was like pieces in my mouth from it.
Yeah. I was gonna say ice caps from Tim's, the worst.
Oh,
the worst to get now.
See, some things you can just drink without a straw. You just take the lid off, drink your pop or whatever. But like ice cap, I don't feel like you can drink without a straw. I don't know.
No, I mean you could, I guess, but
yeah, it's a little bit slushy.
You have to work. Yeah, you need that straw with the little spoon end, you know, with the slushies. Yeah.
Shit, man. So you just had a song, actually a video and everything, The Book of Jon.
Book of Jon.
I noticed like your videos have oh, by the way, great video, great song.
Yeah, definitely.
But I noticed you have like a lot of like you put a lot into your videos and stuff.
Yeah.
What's the whole like what was the whole idea behind that? Like, what's the thought process making these videos?
Of this one, of the Book of Jon itself?
Just in general, you seem to put a lot into your videos, and like I just mean, what was the idea behind that? Like, you know, and because it seems like you have stories in your videos, you know, and like
here's the thing. When I first started making videos, they weren't the greatest, you know? Like, here's the thing. Listen, before, back in the day, as Bobby Frank says, I always wanted to make a music video. Always. It was like my dream. It was like, I want to make a music video. And I never did. And then when I became Jon Snow, I started really, you know, putting in effort. I've been investing money. I've been really trying to go hard. And I shot my first music video. It wasn't the greatest. You know, it was like whatever. It was the Christmas video, The Grinch Who Exposed Christmas. That was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And basically, I just went from there, started doing them. And, you know, for the first like little while, the videos were just like whatever, me rapping in front of a camera, you know, not the greatest. But after time, I started being like, yo, I can't do any more of these videos. I really got to start putting in some effort to make some concepts. And, you know, so I would start trying to plan songs around a video. Like I'd work with my buddy Christopher Simpson. Shout out Christopher Simpson. He's my video guy. He does a lot of my videos. He did Stolen Souls. He did Group Home Kid. And we would like sit there and be like, what kind of song can we make that would be a good video? And like for example, The Great Reset. I knew we planned the video before I had the song written.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Right, so we kind of we were trying to think about what can we do, like basically. So we kind of inspired each other to do it. I went and wrote the song. He got the video concept ready, and we just went from there. So I would always like try to like think of what's important going on in the world right now. Like what can we spread some truth on? What can we like, spread some light on? And I just try to go from there. And it's just fun too. It's just fun when you have like a good storyline, and when you have it's fun. It's a fun process from start to finish. The whole thing is a fun process, and I really do enjoy it. And man, it's been a really fun run.
Yo, you can see it though. And one thing I will say is that I was struggling on asking that question, and I feel like you answered exactly the question I was trying to ask. So good for you for decoding my question. But at the same time, it shows, man, because you said you really enjoy the process, and like you see that, like, you know what I mean? Like you see the love in it from just watching it, you know? Like I can tell that you
through the process.
You are good, but you like doing that, you know?
But here's the thing. See, I can see the vision. Like from the very start, I can see the end vision, and I just keep going towards that end vision, and eventually we get there, right? I feel a lot of people like to quit before they get to the end vision because they can't see the whole vision. Like they only know what they want to do right here. But see, when I start something, I see the whole vision. Like I already see it.
Yeah.
Like from start to finish. So it's easy for me to get from the beginning to the end because I already see it all already.
Yeah, it's like the screenplay type shit comes natural to you almost.
Yeah.
Right. That's something I find hard. Like I can, you know what I mean? Like see those things, but at the same time, I also struggle with that. Where like even just like trying to edit a video or I'm like, I see it all, but it's like I almost like it's like when you like build a bunch of shit separately and then you try to put them together and you're like, oh, we're just not at that point yet. Like, and I can't put them all together. But it's like I see it and I know how to like almost like I know how to film it, but I don't know how to like put it together, you know?
It's always good. I always like to work with people too. Like I don't mind. Like I really enjoy working with other people. So like, let's say I can't edit videos, or I'm no good at editing videos. So I'll pay somebody. Like I'll invest in that just because I already see the vision, but I know I can't do it. So I got to figure out a way to get it done. So I'll pay an editor. I'll hit them up and I'll say, hey, can we do this? And if they can't, then it's okay. Whatever. I'll find someone else. But I don't like to let roadblocks stop me. Like instead of like looking at the problem, I just try to find a solution. I just right away, how can I figure this out? There's no point of like stressing over the problem when I could just be searching for a solution.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's so true though, and that's actually more like
a mindset.
That's definitely winning mindset, but it's a way more positive way to look at it. Because if you're just looking at the problem, you'll
just stop working on it.
That's true though.
You're repeating in your head back and forth, stressing out. But if you're thinking about solutions, well, what can I? There's probably a lot more solutions than there is that one problem. So you just got to like think of things and try to stay positive, right? Being positive is one of the hardest things to do. But if you can get to a point where you're positive and staying positive, man, things don't bother you as much.
Unstoppable.
Man, I think I needed to hear that, man. I like that. I like that shit, man.
So like when you're making a music video and putting one out, what's like sort of your criteria or checklist? From like step 1, step 2 of like what you're looking for to complete this video,
I mean, I guess it all depends on the song, and I feel like if it's a deep song, if it has like an actual concept for a video. Because sometimes I'll just go out and I'll just shoot a regular video with someone. Like, I mean, it doesn't need to be anything crazy, no outfits. Just me rapping and whatever in front of a screen, right? Because not everyone, like, I love doing concept videos and like really cool ones, like the Book of John, like I love doing them. But sometimes it's fun just going out and just shooting a regular video too, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Especially when I'm shooting 13 videos in a year.
Yeah.
Like not everyone
relaxed.
Not everyone can be like a movie. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's true. Got to keep moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. I just love it. I love shooting music videos. I love when you're like getting ready to like release it. Like I love just getting it back from the editor, watching it, like seeing it, and it's just I don't know, man. It's just like a dream come true.
Rewarding,
Yeah, it's a dream come true because I always want to shoot a video. Now I probably shot more music videos than anybody really around me, really, like.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
In the 3 years I was out of jail, my first year I shot 12 videos.
Damn.
Second year I shot 10 videos, but I released 2 albums. And then this year is my record. I shot 13 videos.
Shit, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that what you're on? Like, just like dropping singles with a video, and as opposed to like
pretty
albums
much, yeah.
And singles,
most of the singles are off my albums and stuff like that. And I paid for pretty much everything on my own, except for early on. I had a guy helping me investing in a little bit, but since 2 years on, I pretty much paid for all the videos myself. And videos aren't cheap, man. Like I've got some cheap videos from people because they wanted to work with me. Like I paid like $150 for a video here and there, but most of them are like $400 to like $600, maybe even more. You know what I mean? Like they're not cheap. Plus the props and stuff like that. I make a lot of my own props. Like when you seen the gunshot in the Book of John, I went. I YouTubed how to make a gunshot splatter machine. So I went and bought all the stuff from the Home Depot. I made the machine myself.
Yeah,
so that way I could spray the blood out. Yeah, no, I did it all myself, man.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
crazy, man. And you're fucking what do you call it? Special effects too. Like, damn, man.
Yeah. Well, I had a girl. Shout out Kimberly Tara. She did all my makeup for that video, which she did awesome. She did awesome. Sick, she also did the makeup for Stolen Souls too.
Okay, yeah. I noticed too. So we just had
Nathan Godfrey.
Yeah, we had Nathan. It's funny. I was like, Brett. We had Nathan Godfrey on the show. Shout out Nathan Godfrey.
Nathan.
Yeah, we had him on the show not long ago, and I noticed he's in a lot of your videos too.
Yeah. Nathan's awesome, man. I love Nathan. Me and Nathan are good friends. In fact, we're actually going to the Pat State Battle in February 24th. I think we're going on the same flight up there, and we're gonna like chill together. We're gonna rent a car. We're gonna drive around and shit. I like Nathan. Nathan's a really good dude, man.
That's sick, man. I was thinking about rolling up to that, but I don't know if I can make it, man. Fuck.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. Honestly, here's the thing. I was only ever at one King of the Dot battle, and that was like over 12 years ago. And that's where I first met Pat. Yeah, me and Pat are both from Nova Scotia, but with my life, I was in and out of group homes. I was never really around, so I didn't meet Pat early on. But we met at the King of the Dot and we kind of connected because we were both from Scotia, right?
Yeah.
And that's how we kind of met and built our friendship. And we just, over the years, he would always keep in touch, man. I remember when I first got out of jail, he called me on Messenger and he's like, yo, man, I don't know. Something told me just to give you a call and tell you to keep your head up and stuff like that. He would always do that, man. Pat's a really good guy. Rest in peace, Pat, man. It's so man. Tragic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, rest in peace, Pat Stay, man. Yeah, that's crazy, man. So that's just it. So you guys grew up, I guess, somewhat near each other, but you guys never crossed paths until later in life?
Yeah.
Shit, man. And where was the King of the Dot that you went to?
It was in Toronto.
It was in Toronto.
I lived in Toronto at the time. I moved up there for like 7 or 8 months, and I was just trying to do the music thing and stuff like that. And a guy that I was with brought me to the King of the Dot event, and it was a really cool event. You know, it was very low key. Like that was before King of the Dot really blew up, I think. So like it wasn't like as crazy. It wasn't like packed. There was a lot of people there, but it wasn't like, you know, like I know this one coming up is gonna be packed, like jam packed, 1,000 people.
Oh, for sure, man. But we just got a 10-minute warning on our Zoom meeting. But another thing, just since you brought up Pat and we're on that. I've seen you worked with Pat here and there as well. And what was it like working with Pat Stay, man?
Yeah.
Oh, it was awesome, man. Unreasonable Rob was something. Here's the thing. He hit me up for Unreasonable Rob. He's like, yo, I got a scene for you in a prison scene. I was like, all right, cool.
It was sick.
Then he hit me up like a week later. He's like, yo, I got this scene. Nobody wants to do it. It's a gay porno scene with Nathan. And I'm like, And I'm thinking, I can't say no to this, because if I say no to this, no one's ever going to ask me to do nothing again. Like, you know what I mean?
It's your opportunity.
So I was like, all right, Pat, as long as I don't got to wear a dress. He's like, nope, no dress. You'll be fine, whatever. I get there. They're like, here's a dress. Put it on. I was like, oh my goodness gracious. But, you know, it was funny. Like Mark Swazowski, he's the one that edited Unreasonable Rob. Shout out to Mark.
Yeah.
He made it look pretty tasteful. Like it looked more funny than it was. Like it wasn't really like a gay play. It was like we were in a hotel or whatever, and I was like, it was kind of weird, but it was still funny in a way too, right?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, I know, it's hilarious, man.
It's all for the show, you know.
Yeah, it's acting. Yeah. That's what I was.
You know, and if no one else wants to do it, I'm the kind of guy that's like, I'm very confident in my sexuality, so I'm not like nervous like that. I don't care what people think. I think it was funny, honestly. Like,
you'd be remembered for it, man. You know?
And it's like Brett with the banana, man. It's like Brett with the banana. You know, I said to him too, though. I was like, man, I'm like, that's acting, man. You're doing it for the, you know, you're doing it for the game and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't have a whole lot of time left. But I feel like we barely scratched the surface, and I would love to have you on again.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, definitely.
If you want, just tell everybody where to find you and where to find your music.
Yo, you can find my music on YouTube at Jon Snow King of the North. I'm on Instagram, Jon Snow King of the North. And I'm on Facebook, just Jon Snow. You can check me out there. And make sure you subscribe to 4G Audio and drop a like right now, you know, and drop a comment too. Let us know where you're from. And
that's right. Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Just real quick before you go, we may get cut off, but so you have the Book of Jon, and we have a question on here. We do the lightning round, but the last question is, if you were reading a book and you got to the point, or you're reading a book and you realize the book's about your life, and you get to the point where you're reading the book right now, would you read on? And I feel like the video for the Book of Jon and the song proves that you might read on.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
I probably would. Yeah, if it was about my life and I could learn what happened. Yeah, I definitely probably read on for sure. I'd probably be like, "Yo, is this my life? Yo, I can't put this down now." As soon as I realize it was my life, I'd be like, "Yo, we got to keep going."
It's the Book of Jon.
That's sick, man. You heard it here first, folks. Jon Snow, King of the North. Thanks for coming through, man.
Yeah,
we appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Love gang from Ottawa, Ontario, man.
Awesome. I had a good time, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Next time we'll play skate.
I should have brought I got mine over there. Okay, man.
All right. Peace, man.
Peace.
Thanks again.
Guys. Yeah, no worries. Have a good night.
You too. Be safe.
All right, you too, man.
Shit,
man. That was sick. Yeah, I feel like I was even like trying to think of ways we could like shut it off and like start another Zoom or sign in and like use a different one.
Yeah.
But I was like, whatever.
No, for sure. That was going real well.
That went fast though.
Yeah, I know, because I was gonna ask you for the time.
It popped up on the thing. I'm like, oh shit, 10 minutes.
I was gonna ask you for the time at one point, and then I was like, actually, it's probably not that long into it. Like we're probably 15 minutes in, so I'm like, I'll wait a bit.
Yeah.
And then you're like 10 minutes. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, technically still had 5 minutes. We could have like.
Well, I was even thinking that I was gonna ask you, but I was like,
it's almost better to.
We have 5 minutes, and it's like, what now? You know, like,
yeah.
And that's why I threw in the book thing because I really wanted to ask him about that. Because in the video, if you watch the video, go watch the video. But whenever I watched it, I'm like, man, that goes along with that question. So good,
No, that was and, well worded too.
Sick song too. He talks about because it goes with the video too, I guess, or the video goes with the song, but he talks about going through like you should just watch the video, but he's like running away from his demons or some shit, right? But then he's like stops to like read a couple pages of the book, and he's got to like wrap it up and like pack it up and like keep running and shit like that and like whatever. And I'm like,
demons catch up with
this
him.
Proves that he would totally fucking read the book, man. Like
that was good. No, I'll have to do that again.
Yeah, man. I was even like, man, fuck.
Yeah.
Because
scratch.
It does kind of hinder us not having the full Zoom thing where we can do unlimited interviews.
Yeah.
But the other thing is it
keeps us.
Well, it keeps us, like focused or whatever. But
exactly.
But it's fucking expensive, man. Zoom's expensive.
Yeah, it is.
If you don't if you're using it every day, then it's worth it.
No, exactly.
Like, that's the thing.
Oh,
man.
I was saying to him on the way.
It on the occasional time.
Oh, I said to Bisho on the way here. I'm like, dude. I'm like, even if they had a thing, it was like $20 or $30. Like every time, like just today, you want to use it for 24 hours or like one meeting or something, right? Fuck, cool. All right, I'd pay that before I pay the fucking whatever it is for the year. Because you gotta pay the year, and it's like hundreds of dollars.
As if that's the only option.
People are probably just like, it's fucking whatever. I don't know how much it is, but anyways, either way, regardless. But I was like, if they had something you could just pay for one or whatever, right, and then use it, then like I would do that and just like fuck it. I mean, they're probably like listening, like, we're on it, bro.
Yeah.
But if you could do that, it'd be sick.
Yeah, man, it would be.
But it's just not worth it if we're not using it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But imagine what it'd be like if we did.
You damn.
No, I went really well.
It did.
And I would like to get him back through because that was
we'll
super sick. And like even too, I was looking at your shit. I'm like, we're fucking still got questions and like even too fucking just a giver, man. Yeah. He's just good dude. Had a lot to say. Is there any more in there?
You want one?
Yeah, anything.
Yeah. Amber or Pilsner?
Oh, what do you want, Jonesy?
I'm good.
Yeah. You don't want either of those?
No, it's all whatever's there.
What's good? Amber, I guess. Is that good?
I feel like that'd probably be
Easy Amber.
Easier one.
There actually is a beer called Easy Amber.
Easy Amber, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, cheers to that.
So I'm gonna tell a story. Probably doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Never ending tales of styles of profit, yo.
So I
been a while.
Last week was really cold.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fucking stupid cold. It was like minus 40.
Car
Celsius.
Wouldn't start. But like here's the thing is, okay? So I'm about to drop some knowledge on you motherfuckers. So there's some kind of like, as soon as I start, there's some kind of, so it's not really knowledge. It's a fucking little bit of information that, anyways.
Yeah.
There's no details. So there's some chemicals in your fucking battery, right? In your car battery. And like, what gives it the power is this like chemical reaction, right?
Yeah.
So like, side note, what also supports that fact is that if you put a aspirin in your battery, if it won't start, it will start again.
What?
But and the thing is, I saw this on a YouTube video, but then I told my buddy about it, or like me and my buddy were discussing it, and he was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "But you can only do it once." I'm like, "How do you know this?" He's like, "I did it."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah," but he's like the battery will still work and shit, but he's like, if it dies again and then you try that again, it won't work. But anyway, so there's chemicals in there, it makes a reaction and it starts your car, right?
Yeah.
So when it gets cold, it so much better to explain this earlier. It neutralizes that reaction or whatever, right?
Right.
Or not even neutralize it, but it like doesn't. It's not as the reaction isn't as much as
slows
normal.
it down.
So yeah, like so So when you turn your car on, but it's not like on, it's just like turn it to on, and the radio comes on and the lights come on and shit.
So the electronics are on.
Yeah. In most new cars, you probably won't hear any of this. This is more an old car thing.
Yeah.
But like new cars still have it, but it's just they're different. They're built different, so you don't hear the sounds. But like in my car, when I turn it to on, the fuel pump is under the back seat, and so you hear it going.
Right.
Now the fuel's at the front of the car. You start the car. Now the battery is asking the fucking starter to roll the car over,
right,
which turns the crank, which gets the pistons going, which gets the fuel and the air and the spark, and boom,
to make it all
right? And then it works itself.
Yeah.
So when I turn the car on, I could hear the fuel pump. Okay, we're good, yeah. And I went to start it, and it's like like full battery power at first, and then it's like
oh yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's try it again. Okay. Reference back to that chemical reaction we discussed, right?
Yeah.
So the battery's good. It just doesn't have that cold cranking amps. They're different than amps, I guess, or watts.
Right.
And they are for like not even just like cold start, you know. So like haven't run it for a while, and you just like start whatever, right?
Yeah.
People might even be like, "Oh, you're wrong," whatever, and I could even be wrong.
No, you're right. Because I didn't start my truck for 4 days over that
amps,
cold, and it fucking started.
So then I tried it a bunch of times, didn't work. So then I just went ahead on with my day, whatever. Then I went back and tried it again. Yeah. I'm like, okay. So then I called CAA and I asked them to start the car. They're coming and help me boost the car, right? And then and I was just parked on the street, right? And so I gave them an address. I'm like, this is the address I'm parked out in front of, you know? And they're like, okay, yeah, what's wrong with the car? Oh, and the other thing is by now that I've tried it a whole bunch of times, the battery has come down a bit, and when I turn it to on, the fuel pump, it goes, but it's like, you know, like, and like when your fucking Walkman batteries are running out, and it slows down. Yeah. But not bad. It's just not. It's just not 100%, you know.
Yeah.
And I can hear that, right? So I'm like, okay. So then I call them, whatever. I'm like, okay, come pick me up, come do this. They're like, okay, it's cold, so like we're making priority of the people that are stuck in the cold, whatever. They're like, so we can't, or we're not going to send someone till 8 a.m. tomorrow. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, but I never said like I wasn't stuck in the cold. Like, I'm like, you just said it's minus 40 out here. I'm like, and like she's like, you're in a dangerous situation. I'm like, wait, you just said it's minus 40. I'm like, yeah, I'm in a dangerous situation. And then she's like, oh, so I thought you said you're at a residence. I'm like, no, you asked me if I was parked outside of a residence. That's why I gave you the address, because that's the address.
Yeah.
And like, you know, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna put you on hold. So she comes back 10 minutes later, and I already waited 40 minutes on the fucking on hold. And she put me on hold for 10 minutes. I think she listened to the conversation to see if I said it or not. And then she comes back. She's like, oh, we're going to send somebody, blah, blah, since you're on the side of the road and your car's shut off and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I need out of this situation. Like, it's cold and stuff. So then fucking this kid comes and I'm there and I'm like, hey, yeah, he comes and I pop the hood and he hooks up a booster. But he's like, I swear, man, this lady called him personally and was like, go fuck with this guy, man.
Yeah.
Because the fucking kid comes, he puts his booster pack on, he's like, okay, start it. I'm like, yeah. But like, you should leave it for a second, right?
Yeah.
But he's like, I'll just start. I'm like, yeah. I try it and it does the same thing. So I'm like, I went to get out and I was going to be like, hey, yeah, like, we'll just wait a sec, you know, let it charge it up, you know? And he's like, no, try it again. I'm like, okay, I tried it 2 more times. And he's like, okay. He's like, try it again. I'm like, yeah, I tried it again. He's like, see? He's like, I took my booster off and it still did that. And I'm like, yeah, because it's not getting enough power.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, your starter's done. Your starter's not getting enough power. I'm like, I wonder why the starter's not getting enough power, man. I'm like, where does the starter get the power? But I'm like, man, the fuel pump's not making, like, it's now, I can hear it struggling. He goes, yeah, exactly. And I'm like, but it's that's the battery that does all these things, man, you know? He's like, see your lights on in the car. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. I'm like, I'll shut it off. And I shut it off. I'm like, I don't know what you're getting at. He's like, it did it with and without my booster on. And I'm like, yeah, because before you showed up, it was going. Now it's going.
Yeah.
Leave it for a minute, and then he's like, "No, we got shit to do. Blah blah blah.
Oh,
you need a tow. Your fucking starter's done. Blah blah blah." I'm like, "What?" And I was like, "Man, I'm like, you're just gonna leave me here?" He's like, "Yeah, we got shit to do. Like, whenever people
you're on your own, buddy.
Stuck in priority and shit." I'm like, "Okay." So then like he leaves. I'm like, "What the fuck, man?" So the next day I get my cousin to come. Also, I stayed in a hotel that night, and so the next day I get my cousin to come boost me, and like. He puts the cables on. I get in right away. Try to start it. It goes. Okay. He's like, leave it for a sec. Yeah. So I get out. We're like, yeah, whatever. Blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm gonna try it. He's like, no, just let it. I'm like, I'm gonna try it. I go in. It's like, but you could tell like it has more power and shit. I could hear the fucking fuel pump and shit. I'm like, yeah, it's like. And I tried it 2 or 3 times, and it was like, and he's like, just leave it for a sec, man. But it's like, I'm like, no, I can hear it's got power. It's like, boom, but it like. Sort of struggled to get going at first, like coughed and joked and shit. He's like, "I just leave it." I'm like, "No, it's starting." But point is, I was gonna say I'm right, but it's not. That's not even the point. It's not even that I'm right. It's that me being right resulted in me being stuck, and CAA leaving me there. You know, like
dicks. That's wild. Actually,
so and like
that's wild.
Pay for it.
Yeah, pay for that shit.
And they didn't. And the other thing is like if you get more than 4, like if you use it more than 4 times, your insurance goes up in some way.
Okay.
And like at first I was like, that's bullshit. But think about it. If you're like always fucking, because it's only goes for a year, right? So if in a year you're getting fucking picked up and like all this shit more than 5 times, then or 5 or more times, then like you're kind of
doing something wrong.
Yeah, you're kind of a liability or whatever. Like so then like I get it. I'm like, okay. But the thing is like I just used one of my things on some kid showing up and being like, no, you're wrong.
Yeah.
And then me being
right.
Because the other thing is here's the thing is if it was my starter, the starter makes a different sound when it's done, and even too, it will go, but then it'll make a different sound. So it will roll over, but then it makes a different sound. This was all the fucking battery, and like I was like telling people, I'm like, man, I'm not like, you know, like I know like a bit about cars. I'm not saying I know it all, and I'm not even at the time too. I'm not even saying that I'm fucking right, because maybe I do need a starter, and I go back tomorrow, and I do have to get it towed. So maybe I am wrong, and maybe he is right, whatever. But I personally think with fucking A squared plus B squared equals goddamn fucking B squared or C squared, and I'm like, and I know that. So what the fuck, you know? And like then sure enough, it's like, oh wait, like you mean it worked? Because if I put the booster thing on, and it was the starter, it would do the same thing that he was saying is what deemed it the starter. You know? He was just a little punk.
Yeah.
Worked for CA, and I think it was the chick lady called and was like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel the same way with Bell sometimes, you know, dealing with Bell. Fuck.
Oh yeah, they'll be there somewhere between 8 and 5.
The next year.
Yeah. Someday.
Yeah.
Sometime that day.
Fuck.
That's one of the wildest things. It's like, yeah, I'll be there between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah,
like,
I know you will.
Like, fuck.
That's work hours.
Like, give me like an hour or an hour and a half, like opening, and I'll like sure.
Morning
like,
or afternoon,
whatever.
even. You
Especially
know,
like when you're like working and got kids or something, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you would be like, wow, fuck, like I can't take the whole day off, but I could sneak home late if you're, or I mean early. Like I could come home at 2 if you're gonna be there at 3 or something.
It out,
like
right?
fuck.
Like have someone pop in, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Grandparent, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, you say all day, so that leaves me to be like, you know,
twiddling your thumbs.
Yeah. Do I need to take work off? You know, whatever. Yeah.
Bullshit. But I guess also too, I don't know. It probably makes
work.
their shit easier or something. You know, the buddy just gets all the forms in the morning. Goes, which way am I going today? You know, like
that's what it
I
is
guess,
at the same time, though, right?
But really, yeah, if they like yeah. Probably even a fucking app that'll do it for you.
I was just thinking that there's gotta be a way.
Like, you type them all in, it goes fucking Steve's gonna go out and he's gonna go fucking left, right, fucking squared and all around to Pembroke or whatever.
I know for a fact that they like sub out to like people work for Bell, but they just have a vehicle and like you know, go home and go to the customer's house or whatever and like all that sort of shit.
Big time.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Probably shouldn't open this beer.
Yeah, they're tallies, man. They get you.
Ah, shit. Well,
doing
boys?
this every other week makes you not want to end it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, eh?
But
yeah, man, I think that's it. Nah, fuck. I do feel like, though, like, there's been a couple other times, too, where I'm like, fuck, man, like, we need the Zoom thing, but we don't use it enough, and it's not...
For the options, yeah.
Yeah, but, you know what, I need to talk to fucking Gino and be like,
we'll
still
figure
got that
out.
thing?
Yeah.
Hook me up, bro.
Yeah.
Because he just had to change my name off of the thing for a meeting or something, for somebody else to use it or something.
Oh, yeah,
so then, like, but I think that was like a temporary thing. So
yeah,
he'd be like, hey, if you still have it, like,
switch it back.
hook it up.
Yeah.
But I would like to invite him back, even if, like, we did it on an off week. Just come back for another 40 minutes.
Yeah. For sure.
That's crazy, though. It's I forgot that he said attempted murder.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there, I'm like, oh, man, this guy killed somebody.
Yeah, I was thinking that for
and then I was like, oh, yeah,
too.
attempted murder. Yeah, that's right,
yeah.
But, like,
I
at the
thought
same
the
time, like,
exact
man,
same.
like, not only was it proven in court, so it's, like, true,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, man, like, he was fighting for his life.
Well, that's
essentially,
what
you
it
know?
is in
So,
Canada.
like, it's not a...
Imagine someone comes in, threatens your family, and you kill them to protect.
Yeah.
And you will stand trial for murder.
Yeah.
You will.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, you gotta.
Yeah.
You still have to go, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Or not go, but I mean, you still have to be trying. Even if
yeah.
you're getting off, you still have to, like, because they don't just, like,
No,
as far as I know, they're not just like, no, we're just gonna take that back or
Walk
whatever.
away,
Like,
yeah. Well, you guys see
they
the documentary on Netflix? You probably saw the guy go viral. The hatchet hitchhiker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, he straight up killed that dude on the side of the road that day, and he became famous.
No, he didn't kill him. That guy, that guy might be dead now. But he went to jail afterwards and shit for killing those people or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I don't think he killed anybody.
He
but
killed more people.
No, the guy in the car. The guy in the car that you were saying he killed.
Okay.
He went to jail for running those people over.
Right.
But he was still alive.
He didn't
after.
Kill him when he did.
Yeah,
that,
he was
right?
still alive after. Yeah.
Okay.
Because in the documentary, that kid, the fucking hatchet dude, goes to court.
Yeah.
On that topic.
Right.
Like he was only there as a witness. Because the guy drove into those people and shit, right?
Right. And yeah, he became famous. He was on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah,
a whole bunch of shit. Yeah.
They're like driving in a fucking pretend car.
Yeah.
And like it's like a shell of a car kind of, and there's like green screens and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, look at it. And he picks up a hitchhiker.
Yeah.
And buddy gets in and he's like, it's funny because it's like the kid was like, apparently he was wild. Like they took him to a fucking hotel one time. Like they were like, oh, here, like we're trying to like sign him and get him to like come do all these like publicity things, right?
Like a show off.
And fucking, they said as soon as he goes into this like sick ass hotel room and shit, goes in, and the bar at the like the mini bar thing, usually they have little bottles and shit. They had like whole bottles, like fucking full bottles. So he took a bottle of Jack and he just fucking started chugging out of it. She's like, I've never seen anything like it. He's like jumping off shit and going all wild and shit.
Jesus.
So he was like fucking loose cannon, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, how did he get on this fucking Jimmy Kimmel or whatever, or Jimmy Fallon or whatever it was?
Jimmy Kimmel.
And then he's in the car with him, like, oh man, what's gonna happen? But he ends up like getting out, gets up on top of the car and shit.
Yeah.
And, like,
dude was wild.
Fucking wild. But yeah, and he actually did kill somebody else.
Yeah, he's now in jail for 57 years.
Right.
He ended up smashing
You watched the
this
Netflix
dude's
thing?
skull. Yeah. Smashing this dude's skull.
Wild.
But
you know what's crazy too is
said the dude was raping him. Though.
Yeah, but he fucking took money from him, got a ticket out of there, and then went back and visited him again and like, killed him.
Dude was like 74.
You see the post that he made on Facebook?
Yeah.
Before they showed that post, I already looked up his Facebook, and I'm sitting there like looking through his Facebook like 10 minutes before they show that post.
Yeah.
And I see the post, I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, that's fucked up. And I just like put the phone down, and then I was just like, huh. And then that part came up. I'm like, oh, they're even showing it on here. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's like wild. Crazy. I don't even want to like say it out loud. It's fucked. Yeah. Did you see it, Jonesy?
I think I saw the first.
And there's another one too. Don't pick up the phone.
Don't pick up the phone. Never.
It's like these fucking fast food restaurants were getting calls all over.
Oh right, and they were strip searching.
Yeah, man, they'd just be like, "Hey, one of your employees like looks like this or whatever." Like, yeah, I'm watching you on the camera. I'm the cops, whatever.
Oh, it's like one of
those. And like the
fucking...
person that looks like this stole money out of someone's purse or like such and such, right? And then they'd call them into the room, be like, "Hey, yeah, this cop on the phone says you stole shit, whatever." And they'd be like, "Yeah, like just ask them if they want to come down to the station and be searched or if they want to be searched there." Right. And usually because they're comfortable with the manager and stuff, they want to be searched there. Well, then they end up on the phone with them and making them do like wild shit. Yeah. And like, but the people don't realize, and it's like this fucking. They're thinking that he had this like manipulative way of talking to them to make them do this shit. Because like even too like one dude they called in another guy like he said like go get someone else or whatever. Yeah. They go get someone else and he picks up the phone. He's like hello, and he's like. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. And he hangs up the phone. Yeah. As soon as I heard what they were saying, so I was like, that's fucked up. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. But like these other people, like, yeah, sure. Like telling this chick to like jump up and down and shit and like whatever. Like, yeah. Because some dude's calling them, but he was doing it from payphones and shit. Yeah, yeah. And like, can't be tracked. Fucking wild, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wild.
Unreal.
There's a few things I watched like that recently, like documentary type shit. Yeah. That were.
The unsolved mystery shit really gets me. I find that shit fucked.
Yeah, it's a great show, man. That always takes me back to like the 90s when I watched it as like
when
a kid.
When it was on, back then, yeah.
Oh, something I watched recently though actually brought up Unsolved Mysteries because whatever the case was that I was watching was on Unsolved Mysteries as well or whatever. So they showed it like, oh, this fucking thing or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, crazy, man.
Wild. Well, boys.
Yeah, well, should we do it or what?
Let's do it. It's been a... Oh, sorry.
Blow this popsicle stand, yo.
I can't say that through a yawn.
Yeah. We were going to bed.
It's been a amazing Friday.
214 episodes.
Oh, I forgot to make the reference last week was the 213, which is the LBC Long Beach, California. And 613 to the 213. And the 213 to the 216 or whatever it is.
Yes, sir.
Is that what it is?
I believe so. 216.
Isn't that Eminem or somebody says?
Yeah, right.
Or somebody says it. I know they do.
You got me.
Is it Eminem or
Nate Dogg and Eminem? No.
Yeah, I was gonna say Eminem or MGK, but
MGK 216. That's what I was gonna say.
216 to the 213 or whatever.
Maybe it is MGK.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Either way, you can tell us in the comments if you know what it is. Yeah. See you guys at Tony Yayo tomorrow. Hey. Tony Yayo tomorrow. And KG's is opening.
That's right.
For them. There's going to be a bunch of people opening as well. Oh, not a bunch. There's a couple other people, locals opening as well. I believe Ricochet and some others. But there's going to be like Robbie G, I think, and Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson, yeah, that's big, man. That'll be a big night.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, if you see me, hit me up. I got a little something for you.
Holla at your boy.
And you'll find out what it is at the motherfucking show. Yeah. But other than that, that's all I got, man. Happy fucking February 10th. And cheers, boys.
Cheers, y'all. Y'all be safe.
I guess I was like, what do I say? How do I get it out here? I'm Styles the Prophet.
I'm B Show.
And I'm Jonesy.
This is the 4G Audio Podcast. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Jon Snow, King of the North. Peace out, gang.